The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer.
Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited about the show today. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic, sensational show. And we're going to be talking about an event that's coming up in Tanzania. It's coming up soon. Michelle, I see you looking at me strange like I'm going to give it away. I am not going to give it away. I'm excited. We got a few young ladies on. that's going to share their ideas and talk about this great, great event. And I tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching us on, whether it's E36 Television, Crawford TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and over 84 other live platforms, welcome to the show. If you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments on whichever platform that you're watching us on. Ask any questions that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. How you doing, Michelle? How you doing?
I'm doing good. You're excited and hyped. I think I know why. In a couple of weeks, you're going to be someplace special. But I'm excited about the show today. I know you are. And we got some amazing guests who's going to educate us, motivate us, and inspire us. And we're really excited to have them on.
I'm excited to have them on. And yes, I'm looking forward to Tanzania and the event. But so, Michelle, can you do the honors by introducing the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce each one of these magnificent guests that we got today?
Yes, the title of today's show is called Driving Africa's Economic Prosperity Through Global Collaboration, Spotlight on Tanzania. Wow. So we're having a conversation with Dr. Pauline Crawford. Dr. Pauline is the founder and chief vision officer of Corporate Heart International. She's an author, international speaker, and program director for the International University of Entreprenology. And we have Neema Mleli. She's an advocate and executive director of Global Chamber Tanzania. She has leadership roles in integrated empowerment initiatives and Africhen Company Tanzania. And we also have Erica Hervol. She is the founder and CEO of Premier Properties Global Agency and Premier Investment Consulting. So we're going to discuss the Africa Trade and Investment Conference in 2025, driving Africa's economic prosperity through global collaboration, core vision behind the Africa Trade and Investment Conference in 2025, and Tanzania chosen as the host country for this amazing event. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to the show, ladies. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I am so excited about this. I tell you what, I want to start off with you, Neema. Can you please tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit about this amazing event that you got going on in Tanzania?
Thank you very much, Dr. James. African Trade and Investment Conference 2025. It's their very high-level Pan-African platform bringing together government, private sector leaders, investors, traditional leaders, youth and women entrepreneurs from across the continent and the globe. It's designed to create, accelerate trade, forge new investment pathways, and elevate Africans' position in global markets through collaborative actions.
Dr. Pauline, how you doing? So excited about this conference and your involvement. You're one of the speakers that's there. Can you tell our audience a little bit more about your role, some of the things that you're going to be doing in order to enhance this absolutely wonderful event? Dr. Pauline?
I was so bemused about our backdrops. This event is that it's pulling together some very interesting people, not just in Tanzania, but across Africa and across the world. And it's very important because it's also multiple levels in terms of women of very significant position, including the president, Dr. Samia, who is a female, but also the youth. So we're actually looking at a very broad spectrum of trade, export, women, youth, and essentially Tanzania is placing itself as a bridge to Africa and beyond. And that's very exciting. And it doesn't exclude other countries in Africa doing the same. But what I think is really exciting is that it's this multi-level. It's not just trade. It's not just talking about business. It's talking about life. And we've actually got some fantastic visitors who are royal from other countries in Africa. And we also have a very inspirational cross-section of interested parties, people who are in business, people who are in real estate, people who are entrepreneurs, people who are just starting their life track. And that for me is I dare I'm biased, but it's the influence of women. And there's something coming in, which is women embracing men, embracing trade, embracing the world. And actually that's what Neema has brought to us. I'm in America, I'm British, but I'm in America. And Erica, you'll hear from her, is in America, and Neema's in Tanzania. And we're so excited about bringing this world to be a much smaller place. I mean, that it's so big, but we're actually all close together. And we're building on relationships, which is something that the Global Chamber is very interested in, and we are. So as you see, an all-female team here, it's very exciting to have you with us, JC. You're not a woman.
I know I'm not. But I believe that we all, male, female, whatever, have to play a role in making sure that everybody is wanted, feel comfortable, and able to contribute to society as a whole. So, Erica, can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about you? What are your involvement in this absolutely great event? And what motivates you to do the great things that you're doing?
What motivates me, thank you for the question, Dr. Cooley. What motivates me is the opportunity to collaborate with these amazing ladies. We have the technology where borders don't exist as much anymore. Physically, yes, but technically, no. And so to collaborate together in our businesses, to bring ideas and share them, to me, that's what motivates me, because I've always believed we're stronger together than apart or individually. And so I collaborate in the real estate space all over the world. I have colleagues and we bring opportunities together and I collaborate. I am very passionate about, just like Neema and Dr. Pauline, about leaving a legacy for the youth, making things more open and creative and innovative for them. And given Africa is this beautiful continent rich with so many things, and it is, I think it just makes perfect sense for us to collaborate and bring those together and help one another in a very organic, holistic way. Well,
all of these things are important, and like I always say, legacy is so important. You mentioned our youth and our young adults. It's so important that we, set the stage for them, set the foundation for them, and also ensure that they get educated, well-versed, because they are going to be our future leaders of tomorrow. And so with that being said, we're going to take a station break, but I tell you, whichever platform that you're watching us on, if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is go to the comments. Ask any questions that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. Remember, it's your life, and we'll talk to you shortly after the break.
Africa is rising, and the world is watching. This July, Tanzania hosts the Africa Trade and Investment Conference, the ATIC 2025. A bold step toward Agenda 2063 and the African Continental Free Trade Area. From youth innovation to women in export, from mining to real estate, from B2B to G2G, this is where transformation happens. Break barriers and be a part of the future of Africa.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. And I tell you what, the first segment, Rocket Fire, getting a chance to get a better understanding of the great event that's going to be happening from the 9th through the 12th of July in Tanzania. And I tell you, we're going to dig a little bit more into that and what's going to be happening. So whichever platform that you watch this on, if you want to start the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments on the platform, ask any question that you might have. I promise you will get you an answer. Neema, what is the core vision behind the African Trade Investment Conference 2025, and how does it align with the AU agenda for 2063?
The vision is simple, Dr. Cooley. It's simple but bold. To create unified Africa that thrives economically through shared strength. It is very important that we unite together. It is time for Africa. It aligns with Agenda 2063 pillars of integration and prosperity with AFCFTA. Goal to remove the trade barriers and make Africa a competitive global player. So this is the time to do this conference, and that's why we have African Trade and Investment Conference 2025 in Tanzania.
Yes, can you walk our viewers through some of the highlights of the conference, like the breakdown sessions and all of those great things?
Oh, yes. So we're going to have a lot of interesting things. But our main goal, we're going to have breakout sessions for women. It is going to be a very special one. I know the main theme is trade and investment, but for women, we are going to have women leaders in Africa, very strong women. I mean, I'm very excited to host this. And also, we're going to have also the youth segment which is very important. We've heard Dr. Pauline and also Erica talking about the youth. It is very important. In 2030, Tanzania, Africa is going to have 1.3 billion youth. So it is very important to have discussions and also see what the youth are having right now. But we're also going to have import and export. We're going to have real estate. Critical mining is coming up in Africa right now, very strongly. Energy sector, agriculture, and the value chain. We're going to have even the book authors. We have Dr. Pauline here with her book. So we're going to have that segment also. We're going to be having B2Bs, and this is the very important part of it all. Roundtables for discussions, as we're going to have different countries coming. We're going to see what they have. What can we invest in different countries? For example, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya, and so many other countries in Africa. And also see what we can do together, enter different markets in the US, UAE, the European. So there's so much that we're going to do. And the very best that I'm excited with is the launch of African Women in Export, which is going to happen in that during the conference. This is very crucial right now that is happening. I'm really excited to see how women we're going to trade among ourselves and taking that bold move of breaking the barriers of trading. So we're going to have so many things and closing deals. You know, I love closing. I love trading. So it's exciting.
It sounds extremely exciting. Can you tell me why was Tanzania chosen to host this worldwide continent?
So Tanzania is a strategic gateway in East Africa with a strong commitment to trade, peace, and regional integration. It's also making great strides in empowering women and youth entrepreneurs to create priorities for African trade and investment 2025. And we know that we have a woman president, which is something that, you know, makes us the real, the host for this year. So, yeah, I would say that it's the two things, women and the youth.
Now, those are so important. Dr. Pauline, I know that you have been teaching classes in Tanzania, I mean, all over the world, really. Can you tell our audience some of the things that you provide to the youth so that they get an understanding of how they are going to grow and become future leaders of tomorrow?
Absolutely. And we've had such fun running classes for this cohort. They're in their 20s and with great response. And what I've been fascinated by is that I'm sharing what might be deemed quite simple ideas, like we can think for ourselves. And these young people are going, wow, can I do that? I can be an enterprise, that I can build something. And we have one of these students in particular, Judith, she sent us an amazing testimonial saying
what happened
to her own peers, come on, guys, we're going to make business. Because we've got to remember that the 18 to 30-year-olds are the largest demographic in the world. And those kids, they're not kids really, but, you know, between the age of 18 and 30, a lot of things happen, especially for women. But they're going to lead us into the next decade. And girls like Judith, amazing. She said, you know, she really understood the idea of entreprenology, which of course thrilled me. But that's all about thinking for yourself, thinking outside of the box, and not leaving the guys out. Not being totally into IT and AI, but knowing how to use that, because of course they've learned everything on their internet. And it's been absolutely exciting. In fact, the only problem in the world is the internet connection between the US and Tanzania.
You know,
It's very exciting, and I think these are the emerging leaders of the future, and we're going to celebrate them, and hopefully we'll have a dance, JC. We'll go out there dancing. We'll be okay, Michelle.
It's funny. You got these young minds, but how important it is for the older generation to be open to learn from the younger generation, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship, because you can learn either way.
It's critical, absolutely critical. And Erica and Neema and I talk about this a lot. If half the world is under 30, half the world is over 30. And it's very important that the 50-year-old entrepreneur talks to the 20-year-old entrepreneur, and that the older, being a boomer myself, we don't get stuck in, it'll never happen. We open up our hearts to say everything is possible, because everything is possible. And Erica is attuned to that as well, aren't you, Erica?
100%. It is so important for us to exchange ideas. Everyone is relevant. We can look to those above 30 for guidance, for ideas, for sharing, and then we can take that information, we can utilize it, and the younger under 30 generation can then start creating things and adapting things and making things better for their lives and their children and all the generations to come. It's a critical piece, and it's so important that this is a gathering in person, so that we're sharing this in every way, face to face, through body language, because there's so many demands on our time with social media and news that a lot of times people get lost in what to focus on. So hearing stories and guidance and conversation is just where the magic happens, like we say, like Dr. Pauline says.
And I think, Michelle, it isn't a woman conference, but women are very evident in this. And the men who are there, we've got a lovely guy called Dr. Jibril Diallo come, and he really supports the elimination of violence against women and girls. He's very keen that we get together, and I'm sure the ministers are as well. And of course, the president being a woman, that makes it such a unique place. And I think there's a lot of harmony in Tanzania, which is my passion. So I'm really looking forward to lots of magical conversations, Neema.
Yes, and it's a generational wisdom, which is very important to have. And this is key. Some things that we don't discuss, but it is key now. We start talking about these conversations with the older generations and, the millennium and also the Gen Zs. It's very important to have these conversations right now. And we know the Gen Zs are coming very fast. They are very fast. They go very, they don't waste time. So it is very important to have magical conversations.
I like that, magical conversation. We got 2 minutes before the break. Let's talk about the breakout sessions that are going to be happening during this conference. I'm sure there's like so many of them. And whoever wants to tell us about some of the breakout sessions and what the theme and the goal is, and the speakers regarding these different sessions.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to have keynote speakers and those who are going to break the ice. But what I love about different breakout sessions that we are having, one of it is about technology and how technology and trade in breaking the barriers. And also we're going to have conversations around import and export, and how how are we going to accelerate AFCFTA. And this we're going to have AFDB Bank country manager for Tanzania, Dr. Patricia Lavelle. We're going to have Afri-Exim Bank. We're going to have Afri-Exim Bank. We're also going to have Courtney Figure, who is going to speak about financial direct investment, and she's one of the consultants. But we'll have other breakout sessions for the women that I would love Dr. Pauline and Erica to speak about. We'll have real estate, where Erica would be leading in that breakout session. And we're going to have the youth, where I know even Dr. Cooley will be among the speakers in the others online, and Dr. Pauline, who has been training the youth in the Rise Up program, will see what the youth are having for us also. We'll have Jax from Tech Fight. We'll have other and so many other leaders around the world. But we are honored, to have the as we are approaching change, having traditional leaders is very important. So we are going to have 2 Royal Highnesses in our conference. And I think when we
Neema, can you hold that thought? We got to take a station break, but I want to come back. I want to pick it back up, because we got so much we're going to talk about. If you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching us on, ask any questions that you might have in the comments. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Welcome to Veridian Christian University, where faith and learning come together to transform lives. At VCU, we believe that education is more than just academics. It's about fostering a community of growth, integrity, and purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, VCU offers flexible, affordable, and 100% online degree programs that cater to your busy life. Our innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Veridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at VeridianChristianUniversity.com. VeridianChristianUniversity.com.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
Africa is rising and the world is watching. This July, Tanzania hosts the Africa Trade and Investment Conference, the ATIC 2025. A bold step toward Agenda 2063 and the African Continental Free Trade Area. From youth innovation to women in export, from mining to real estate, from B2B to G2G, this is where transformation happens. Break barriers and be a part of the future of Africa.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, I just kind of got excited during the last segment because Neema was just explaining some of the breakout sessions, and we're going to talk about that a lot more during this segment. But Neema, I want to pick it back up because I saw the enthusiasm and I saw the excitement on your face when you were discussing some of the segments, breakout segments. Can you pick it back up? And then we're going to get Dr. Pauline, and we're going to get Erica in here to talk about the things that they're going to do.
Yes. So I want to leave Dr. Pauline to talk about the women segment and Erica to talk about real estate. I'll only give the highlights of the breakout session, the import and export, which is very important, the B2Bs, having traders and investors in the room. I think it's something that is going to bring change. We want to see countries to countries signing agreements of trade. We want to see Tanzania and African countries enter different markets, but also trading among ourselves in Africa, which is the key as we are uniting ourselves. You know, in Africa, we don't have the tariff war. We are good. So in that manner, I know there's a lot of trade which is going to happen during the conference. So I'll say over to you, Erica, for the real estate, and then Dr. Pauline, you give us the honor to talk about the women session.
Neema, thank you so much. And you have made a good point before where Africa has its initiatives that it wants to focus on. And you were saying how you want to, the continent as a whole, each country wants to formulate their plan and lead the way, including collaborating with others. So from a real estate perspective, realistically, we all have the same challenges wherever we are in the world. And so it makes perfect sense for us to bring ideas, things, best practices that are working in one location, collaborate together, and make it so that we are developing smart cities and we're utilizing less of the resources. We want to preserve our resources. So it's important from a construction standpoint, from a city design standpoint, for ease of work, for utilizing work and play places. So from real estate aspects, it'll be enjoyable to share how designs are coming along that require less fossil fuels or less energy or less, destroying trees and forests and things like that in construction practices and integrating cities so that work can better be done. So people don't think of that from a real estate perspective, but it does apply. And then we want to elevate women's ownership of property, not just residential, but commercial properties. That's important. Retail and office and hotel and apartment building space. We definitely want to see a rise in women owning property and land, of course, and being developers.
Absolutely. Thank you, Erica. And I think where the women panel comes together, that we have not only the president coming to do, who's female, coming to do a presentation on the first day, and we'll talk more about that, but on the women's event on the day 2, we will have 2 royal ladies who I'm very proud to have invited in, Her Royal Majesty Kosi from South Africa and Development Queen Mother Dr. Nana from Ghana, but also the Vice President from Zanzibar. That's right, isn't it, Neema? And also other women in the room who really come in their hearts and souls to mind, how do we develop a harmonious joint custody world? And so we do want men in the room, but this is primarily a women's conversation about how do we really reconstruct the world with men in mind, but through trade, through real estate, through financial independence, and really understand what's in our hearts. And so we're coming from different countries in Africa, different parts of the world. And this is really crucial because the way forward for these young women and the young under 30s is that they're probably at the start of thinking about families. So we want them in the room as well. So that's going to be very exciting. We will expect you to be there, Dr. Cooley, but only listening in that one. But we don't mind, and maybe we'll also have a dance there as well. I think we've got to get into a woman-centric perspective on the world, embraces men, and we're very, very good at business, and we're very, very good at trade. And I know that from listening to Neema as well, that in Tanzania and Africa, African women are incredibly mindful of not just business, but the family and the community and what it makes to make a very sustainable prosperity, but not forget the children and not forget that family time and fun time is really important. Is that right?
Yes, and I would like to add on that, Dr. Pauline, that we are going to have Mona Chikau, who is going also to speak about global leadership for women from local to global. And this is one of the interesting conversations also as we join the joint casted world. I think this is also very important discussion. We have so many women. You know, trading is not only about products, it's also about services. It's about, you know, when I see influencers all over the world, I'm just thinking about how people want to enter different markets. How can you enter different markets? Sometimes it's just strategies. You can have influencers, you can, you know, there's so many things to trade. And I really love, Dr. Pauline, your idea of coming with bringing women leaders in one room together. We're going to have women in management, women CEO roundtable, women CEO roundtable in one room. We're going to have women who have been who went to Beijing for the first time from Tanzania. We have Madam Mary Rusimbi, who is also the founder of Women Fund Tanzania, supporting the grassroots organizations for women, for gender in Tanzania. She's done a very great job. So we're going to compare, okay, now when they went to Beijing and the joint casted world, what is the future for us all, for the women, and for us together working in harmony? It's not only about equity anymore, but it is about, so there's it's really interesting, and I'm excited.
And we're going to honor them as well, so that's good. Over to you, Dr. Cooley.
Wow, you know, I tell you what, we're going to have to take a station break, but I don't want to, but I got to pay the bills. I tell you, this is such exciting discussion that we're having here, and I tell you, if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is go to a platform that you watch on something, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
I've seen a smile convey I love you. I'm proud of who you are, and one that keeps us close when we're apart. Talking from the darkness of all that we've been through, it seems that there might be a way to leave behind the loneliness we've known and live again life of
create, collaborate, commit. When you commit to something, if I say, Brad, are you gonna do that? What you gonna say? Yes. Or if I say, Brad, you gonna do that? Yeah. That's not total commitment, because when you commit, you gotta commit with confidence. Confidence that you can do it. Confidence that you can grow this program. Confidence that we can save lives. Confidence that we can create opportunities to make our communities, make people's lives that's coming back in the system, to make lives that are people that are in high school and in the communities and juvenile and this. We got to educate them, because the main thing that we want to build out of all of this with opportunities, we utilize the 4 C's: create, collaborate, commit with what? Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do, it's all about commitment with confidence.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible, integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are, grow in faith, and build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today? Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Africa is rising and the world is watching. This July, Tanzania hosts the Africa Trade and Investment Conference, the ATIC 2025. A bold step toward Agenda 2063 and the African Continental Free Trade Area. From youth innovation to women in export, from mining to real estate, from B2B to G2G, this is where transformation happens. Break barriers and be a part of the future of Africa.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you what, I am enjoying this. And I see Dr. Pauline back there dancing, jamming.
Isn't it exciting?
This is so exciting.
It is.
This is so exciting. I tell you what, whichever, I want to talk about Viridian Christian University a little bit. Viridian Christian University. I tell you, I'm not talking about just because I'm the chancellor, but I'm talking about it because it's offered 30 different degree programs, from bachelor's, master's, doctorate, and people that are doing well and beyond. We also do honorary doctorate degrees. And I tell you what, if you're looking to further your education, especially from a Christian perspective, go online, ViridianChristianUniversity.com. Check out all the different programs that we have. I'm sure we got something that's going to fit you. We would love to have you on board for Viridian Christian University. Now, I want to get back to this great discussion that we are having about this conference that's coming up. And I tell you what, King Charles. King Charles got a question that he want to ask. You know, how you doing, Your Royal Highness? Are you there? Your Royal Highness? Oh yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. How you doing? Your Royal Highness?
By God's grace, I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you joining us on this conversation, and I tell you what, it's an absolute pleasure. Looking forward to seeing you, my friend. Looking forward to seeing you real soon. Do you have a question for these young ladies right here?
Yeah, what I will tell them is that the good work that they are doing, they should continue to raise Africa and make Africa proud. Because Africa must raise the flag to everyone to see that African can do it. So I'm very, very, very glad, and I'm supporting whatever that they are doing. And I pray that the land of Africa should lead them and support them and drive them to their destination. That's what I can tell them for now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Royal Highness. Thank you. And Neema, I want to get back to you. You know, how will the launch of the African Women in Export impact the continent trade ecosystem?
Um, you know, everything starts with women. Women were not. So when you see that 54% in the more than 54% in the continent, women are trading. So we want to. We know that it's going to. It's a turnaround for Africa. As women, when we collaborate together, we are going to be able to meet the demands of the markets. So it is crucial now that women join together to accelerate trade in Africa. So it is very important for the export, for women to come together for export.
So, Dr. Pauline, it's a couple of things that you're going to do there with the president
Yes.
and a couple of, and the woman king. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Well, what was really interesting when Neema and I started talking about this, and we've been working from last December with the youngsters with Entreprenology. And Entreprenology is it's actually a very simple concept. It's about knowledge, experience, and imagination. So we change the world through our imagination, not necessarily our knowledge. So we're a very different university and to Viridian, and we will work together because we're all about the mindset. Now, Neema said, can we honor the president? Because over 10 years, the president has been influential, first as the vice president, now the president. That's a big undertaking to influence a country which has been very male dominated. So I said, yes, I would honor her with this award. And it's not academic, it's about her life. It's about what she has done in her life and what she has achieved. And that is so important. So we then had two wonderful royal ladies joining in, and it felt very appropriate to award them as well. And this is Development Queen Mother, Dr. Nana, who is from Uganda, but is a Queen Mother in Ghana. And I had the privilege to meet her in London last October, and she's very devoted to her people, but also those younger, under 30s. And then Her Royal Highness, Her Royal Majesty, Kosi Gabriela Moroka, who is known as the Women King in South Africa, because she is the first bloodline royal who is a woman after many thousands of years, I think. So she is absolutely thrilled. When I told her I was going to award her this PhD in Entreprenology, she said, my mother's crying because she's so excited. So, but for me, firstly, it's the honor to these three women that their life is very valuable, and it's a role model to other women who get concerned that somehow they've got to go off and study for hundreds of hours in a library to have a PhD. We say no. If you've earned that, if you've done those things in your life that prove those achievements, then our PhD in Entreprenology is an earned life credential. So these three wonderful women actually represent all women, and we honor them. And that will happen on the first day, I hope. We've got to work out the scheduling. But what's very important, Dr. Cooley, is that we need alternative ways of understanding credentials. And for women in particular, there's 84% of women working trading. Now they're adding GDP so much, they're adding to the country's wealth. They need to be recognized. So eventually we want to encourage all of the young kids and mature men and women, but especially women, to take this award so that we can have much more leverage in the world, which has been designed by men, and that's no deference to men. But this is a change point in the world, and we've got to dance together, holding hands, wisdom to wisdom, generation to generation, nation to nation. Do you agree, Dr. Cooley?
I 100% agree. I tell you what,
I know.
We're down to the last 2 minutes of the show. Neema, what are 3 takeaways, real quickly, that you want our viewers and our listeners to get from this great discussion?
First, I would say that we Africans, it's time for us to unite. It is very important that we unite to access market. And also, one of the things that I would also say is that we need to be, this is time to now work on the policies that have been put. It's to make the progress of it, to implement. It's time for action. So this is one of the takeaway that I would leave to everyone. If you want change, you need to do something about it. And this is the time that we need to do it. There's no any other time. 2063 or 2030, it is just around the corner. Change starts with us.
Wow. You know, I tell you what, we got another show that I think it's on the 25th. You all are invited back. We're going to talk about the trip a lot more. We have a lot more details about it. So I tell you what, I want to thank each and every last one of you for taking the time to come on the show. We still going to push this out here. And so get ready for the next show. I think the 25th or 26th. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely outstanding show. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show. It's your life, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central, and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life.